Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. I'm so glad you're here today because we're looking at something absolutely crucial and honestly pretty empowering. We're going to take this dense, bureaucratic 10-step checklist from the state and completely transform it into a clear, achievable roadmap for your very own Texas business. If you've ever stared at state registration guides and just felt a massive wave of overwhelm, well, you're definitely not alone. But today, we're going to break it all down. We're going to cut right through the noise so you can focus on what actually matters, right? Building your vision.
So I've got to ask, are you ready to build your Texas empire? Look, I get it. Government forms, tax IDs, they can be incredibly intimidating. There's this whole unique vocabulary that goes along with business registration, and honestly, it can feel like a giant wall designed to keep you out. But let's completely diffuse that right here, right now. It is literally just paperwork. It's a series of totally manageable steps, and once you get the logic behind them, it just becomes a simple checklist. You've got the vision, and this explainer is going to give you the exact mechanism to make it a reality. Okay, let's dive into this. To lower that cognitive barrier to entry, we've structured this whole process into 4 highly digestible phases. We've got phase 1, laying the groundwork, phase 2, making it official, phase 3, opening for business, and finally, phase 4, costs, timelines, and compliance. So let's start right at the very beginning with phase 1, laying the groundwork. Think of this as your blueprint. All right, here are the first 3 micro steps on our roadmap. Step 1 is choosing your structure. Step 2 is choosing your name. And step 3, checking if that name is actually available. Now listen, before you go out and print 1,000 business cards, you absolutely must search the Texas Secretary of State database. This is a critical checkpoint, guys. You have to ensure your chosen name is available before you try filing any paperwork. Otherwise, your application's going to get bounced right back to you, which is super frustrating. Let's talk about that very first step, your business structure. You have options, right? Sole proprietorship, partnership, LLC, corporation. But you'll find most small business owners jump right to the LLC, or limited liability company route, over a simple sole proprietorship. Why? Well, it all boils down to personal liability protection. A sole proprietorship offers absolutely zero personal liability protection, meaning if the business is sued or gets into deep debt, your personal life savings, your car, your house, they could literally all be on the line. An LLC, on the other hand, draws a hard legal line in the sand between your personal assets and your business liabilities. And honestly, that is absolutely crucial for your peace of mind. Once you lock in that protective structure, you've got to follow some strict naming rules in Texas. This is really your first step in solidifying that brand identity. So if you form an LLC, your legal business name has to include the letters LLC or the phrase Limited Liability Company. Simple enough. If you go the corporate route, your name requires Inc. or Corporation. Basically, it signals to the world and to the state exactly what kind of entity they're dealing with. That brings us right into phase 2, making it official, getting that official stamp of approval. Here is the next chunk of actions. This is what officially bridges your business from a fun whiteboard concept into a legally recognized breathing entity in the state of Texas. We have Step 4, appointing a registered agent. Step 5, filing your formation documents. And Step 6, getting an EIN from the federal government. Let's break down Step 4 real quick, because this honestly trips a lot of people up. What exactly is a registered agent? Well, Texas law requires every LLC or corporation to have one. And it's simply a person or a professional service that has a physical address inside Texas who is designated to receive official legal and state documents on behalf of your business. Now, you can act as your own registered agent if you have a physical Texas address, or you can just hire a professional service to handle it for you. That way, you know you'll never miss an important legal notice. Okay, once you have your agent, you file your formation documents with the state. If you're an LLC, that's called the Certificate of Formation, specifically Form 205. For a corporation, it's Form 201. Now, getting this filed generally carries a required state fee of $300. Keep that in mind. This is your initial financial investment into making your business legally real in the eyes of Texas.
But now, what's really interesting here is the stark contrast for Step 6. Securing your employer identification number, or EIN, is essentially like getting a social security number for your business. But unlike that state formation fee, getting your EIN from the IRS is completely 100% free. You absolutely need this federal tax ID number. I mean, you can't open a bank account, you can't hire employees, and you definitely can't file your business taxes without it. But again, it costs you exactly $0 to obtain.
Moving right along, we arrive at phase 3,
opening for business. The doors are officially open.
Let's see how this next phase builds our operational momentum. We've got 3 vital micro steps here. Step 7 is opening your business bank account. Step 8 is applying for your tax permit. And step 9 is obtaining any necessary local licenses. So these steps are all about stepping away from the state level and actually interacting with banks and local municipalities to get your full operational clearance. Now, walking into a bank to open a business account requires just a little bit of prep work. You can't just show up empty-handed. So here is a quick, handy checklist of what you actually need to physically take to the bank with you. You're going to need that EIN confirmation letter you just got for free from the IRS, your filed formation documents proving the state of Texas recognizes you, and, of course, your personal government-issued ID. The absolutely crucial point here is this. Once that bank account is open, you must keep your business and personal finances entirely separate. Why does this matter so much? Well, remember that personal liability protection we talked about with the LLC? If you start mixing your personal grocery bills with your business expenses in the same account, a court could actually decide your LLC isn't really a separate business at all, and they can pierce right through your liability shield. Plus, honestly, keeping things separate just makes tax season vastly more manageable.
Now, let's talk about how you're actually making your money. If your business involves selling physical products or taxable services, you are going to need to apply for a Texas Sales and Use Tax Permit. You get this right through the Texas Comptroller, and just like the EIN, this permit is entirely free. However, and don't forget step 9 here, depending on the specific type of business you run, you might also need varying city permits, county permits, health permits, or specialized professional licenses, and those will carry their own varying fees depending on your local municipality.
And just like that, we have finally reached phase 4, costs, timelines, and compliance, the finish line. Step 10 is all about annual compliance. Look, getting registered is a one-time event, but staying registered, that is an ongoing commitment. You know what they say about death and taxes, right? They're pretty much inevitable. So to keep the IRS and the state of Texas happy, you must maintain your registered agent, keep your business records totally updated, and submit your annual public information reports. And if it applies to your specific business structure, you'll also need to file franchise tax reports. It's just the ongoing cost of doing business. Before you even sit down at your computer to begin step 1 of this whole journey, I highly recommend you take a screenshot of this master checklist. Having all these documents and pieces of info gathered in one single folder on your desktop is going to save you immense frustration later. Have your government-issued photo ID ready, know your exact business name and physical address, have your registered agent's information completely locked down, gather all owner and member info, and of course, have that EIN ready once you secure it. Finally, the big question, how long is this whole thing going to take? And this brilliantly illustrates the power of modern technology, guys. When you're filing your registration, you basically have 2 choices. If you file online, the processing time is usually just a few business days to maybe 2 weeks. But if you choose to print everything out and physically mail it in, you're looking at a timeline of several weeks. So if you want to get your business up and running quickly, the digital route is absolutely the way to go. No contest.
So there you have it. We've covered the structure, the costs, the paperwork, and the timelines. The bureaucracy has been officially decoded. You now have the exact map in your hands, and you are fully equipped to take that very first step. The only question left to answer is really the most important one of all. What will your Texas business be? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Get out there, start building, and I will see you next time.